part of those inflation numbers are because of a decelerated growth in grocery prices. For January, they rose 3.4%. In December, that number was sitting at 4.7%. So we know groceries are still expensive. That has a lot of Canadians getting creative when it comes to budgets, especially food budgets this morning. And so who better to help us bring down our grocery bill than Andrea Buckett here with your amazing tips.
Thank you.
I love what you put out on social media. I'm thrilled that you're doing it here in studio.
Yeah. It's important.
It is. Okay, you're putting a spin on traditional meal planning. We know it's important. What are you doing differently?
So I want to talk about meal planning in terms of money-saving strategies, okay? And I know people get nervous about meal planning, but have a loose idea of what you want to do. So taco night, sandwich night, maybe you want to do a fish night, and then look at the flyers and see what's on sale that week. So for fish night, example, in our house, if it's salmon, we go with salmon if it's on sale. Typically, salmon's expensive. If it's a canned fish, like tuna, go with the canned fish. It has lots of great options to put in salads, make sandwiches. Just keep things really loose, okay?
And those aren't typically ideas that we think of for dinner. Like, I don't know that I've ever put sandwich night in the agenda.
Yeah, so people are definitely cooking differently. Then shop your freezer and pantry first. I know lots of us have tens, if not hundreds of dollars in our pantries and our freezers. So make sure you check to see what's there and consider perhaps making a list of what's there so when you go shopping, you don't double up.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Kelsey talks a lot about buying according to the unit price, which is sort of part
I love that.
I know, part of buying in bulk. You say we need to be smart about it. What do you mean?
So we all want to buy in bulk because we know that money goes farther when you buy larger quantities. Not all of us have that money to put up front. Not all of us have the storage space, freezers, to keep that stuff. So let's think about buying in bulk with the non-perishables. Again, yes, you do want to think about that unit price. When you're looking at costs, you will notice on the tag, it'll say per 100 grams. So you can be sure that you're actually saving money on that product, right? So lean into things like pulses. We've been saying this forever. You can blend and extend, lentils or beans into meat dishes to lower that cost of your protein. Then your rices and your oats and things like that. Also consider if you want to bulk purchase, maybe splitting with a family member or a friend. But these are all things that take practice, right? Grocery shopping is a habit and they're patterns. And yes, you can save money. You can't control that the grocery prices are higher, but you can control the patterns and the way you spend your money.
I love that. Okay, you talk about this. We've talked about this on the show before, but leaning into frozen. Yeah,
frozen's one of my favorite money-saving costs. And we talk about the prices per unit. Just let's talk about fresh berries off the top. Fresh berries are about $2.05 per 100 grams. Where frozen berries are about 89 cents for 100 grams.
That's a huge savings.
So they're fresher, they're just as nutritious. I know people worry about that they're not as nutritious, but because they're frozen at the peak of their freshness, they have that nutritional value. The texture is a little bit different, so just learn how to cook with them differently. High heats for things like vegetables where you can roast them off and you get a really great value.
Can you roast frozen vegetables?
100%.
They don't get soggy?
No, 100%. Really high heat, you put your sheet pan in the oven, a little bit of oil, pull it out, put your frozen veg on and back in. High temperature will give you that crispy exterior that you want. So there's a little bit of learning to go into cooking with frozen.
Oh, I love this idea. Okay, lastly, technology is here to help. What do you have?
So there's lots of great food apps out there. One of them I love is Too Good To Go, and they have partnered with food businesses, cafes, and restaurants to sell off surplus items at the end of the day for a very, very low cost. You can go pick them up.
What kinds of items?
Oh, and everything from sandwiches to stir fries. It depends on what the restaurant cafe sells. At the end of the day, they put them up for sale instead of putting them into a landfill, which is another great thing to reduce food waste. And you can go pick them up for a reduced cost. So that's Too Good To Go. Pull it up on your app, put where you are, what location you're at, and all the restaurants and cafes around you will pop up and you can get savings.
Oh, these are such great tips. And Andrea, I know, and one of the things I love about your social media is you not only give us the tips, but you show us how to use all the bulk items and all the frozen items that we have.
You got it.
Thanks so much for coming on today. It's really important information. Hey, we're going to be right back. I'm going to have some of both of these, actually.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.